Ah yes, a mod I have been waiting for is finally here. Today I am going to be sharing with you a mod I do on just about every single bike, a windshield. And today we're going to be installing the Parabellum windshield on the Honda 300L. Super easy install. The mod's not that expensive. I believe this windshield's like $100, and I have used Parabellum before, actually on my DR650, so I know they make a pretty good product, but I've never used it on the 300L. First off, what I want to do is fire up the bike, go for a quick ride, and actually kind of show you what I'm talking about as far as that wind pulling you back. Just a real quick short ride. We'll come back, unbox it. I haven't even opened this yet. We'll unbox this, install it, and then go for another ride, and I'll show you the improvements it makes as well. So now we are riding, going roughly around 40, 45 miles an hour here, no windshield on. And I just feel that wind is like it's going into my shirt, it's hitting my chest. It's not so much the helmet, like on the 300L, DR650, Royal Enfield, the Himalayan, anything like that. You're still going to have wind hitting you, you know what I mean? But our goal here is to reduce some of that off the chest so it doesn't make us feel like we're pulling all the way back. I don't know, let me tilt my camera up. I don't know how well that's picking it, but you can kind of see it just dragging right up here at my chest, even more down so at my stomach. You know, it's not very comfortable for long rides. It's actually pretty stinking annoying, and even if you're a new rider, it's, you know, it's kind of fearful, because again, the faster you go, the more aggressive it is, you know. And now we are upwards of just going about 60, and again, it just gets worse and worse. It's not fun at all without a windshield. So anyways, let's get back to the house, unbox that bad boy, install it, and then go for another ride and see the improvements. So as we just saw with our test ride without the windshield on the 300L, and again, this is going to apply for any of your dual sports out there. Again, if you're on a DR or something like that, it's going to apply the exact same. That wind is taking you, you know, and the point of a dual sport is, yeah, you want to hit the trails, but you're going to be on some road. If you're not going to be on the road, heck, just buy a dirt bike. And some of these roads, you're going to be going 50, 65 miles an hour. You're wearing a bigger jacket. It's even worse. It just starts pulling you back. It's not a comfortable feeling. It's just, again, strenuous on your ride, but even for like a new rider, it can be nerve-wracking, be feeling like you're getting pulled off the bike. All right, so let's go on and slice it open, and hey, check that out. Made in the USA. That's pretty sweet, right? Let's go on and slice this bad boy open. I forget which color I ordered. Honestly forget if they make it in different colors. Oh, here we go. Parabellum. You got a sticker right out the gate here. Well, another one placed over here. What do we have? Parabellum Rally Shield. And then I got some hardware in my order form over there. I'm going to keep that covered. Bam. All right, so we've got it covered in some. All right, so I got the clear. Again, I'm not sure what else color it comes in, what other color it comes in. Let's see. All right, so it looks like it's medium length. Kind of, it's not firm. I've used some other windshields that are super firm, but the benefit of this not being super firm is if we fall, hopefully it won't break, you know what I mean? But there we go. You just got the cutout that matches the 300L. So everything that came in our box, of course, we had our windshield. We have our hardware here, and we'll see it more in installation. We got your little rubber grommets in between the washer there, which is going to prevent some of that rattle and vibration. Little caps and everything. Now I'm looking at this here. You can see like they're like taping off so you don't go far through, because right on the other side you have this template which we're gonna have to cut out because it's gonna screw through the plastics on the 300L. If you can see right there, nothing major, just two little holes, so should be fairly easy. I probably should have washed my bike first. I went riding the other day and we went through some serious mud. So now we're gonna take our little cutout template, get a little Sharpie or pen or whatever, and we're just gonna line it up with the little light housing here. And you kind of line it up by this little sharp point back there, and it kind of just flows with it. My cutting skills are not the best, probably gonna be the hardest part of this entire install. Anyways, we're gonna mark it here and then mark it right up front. And of course, then you just do the other side, just flip your template over and you can get the other side. Now, just to play it safe, what I'm gonna do is take the windshield and just kind of line it up to the holes, kind of press it down there and just make sure it lines up. And as it lines up on both of the other holes, that we're sitting in a pretty comfortable position. It's not leaning over the light too much. Bam, sit it there. So it looks like we bow out towards the top quite a bit. I guess that flexes in once we install. Now we're gonna go ahead and get our drill with our 1/4 bit, and we're gonna drill all 4 of our holes. Now, as they show you on the manual, they throw some tape around it right here, kind of prevent you from going further. I'm not gonna do that. The reason being is if you go too far, you can go right into the actual housing of the light. Again, it's going to reduce that seal. You get water in there, yada, 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 so on and so forth. But again, I feel like I got fairly gentle hands and I'll be okay here. Let's hope for the best, right? I don't want to jinx myself. Sliding around a little bit. Make sure that hole's nice and good. Oh yeah, it's easy. Just don't go fast. Don't crank your drill super fast and you'll be, just start off nice and slow and it pretty much, I mean, heck, all we got is plastic here, right? It goes through really, really quick. And again, like I said, everything I show you on that side, we are just repeating the exact same thing on the other side. That's the trick here, guys, is just go nice and slow. So there we go, we have our holes drilled, and as you can see, it's nothing major. You're not doing anything crazy to the bike or anything, 2 little tiny holes. And heck, if you don't like it later on down the road, you can just put little clip tabs in it and cover it up. So now it's time to get to our install. And as you see, here's the hardware here. They got the little plastic housing, kind of like the brace or wash, whatever. Then you got the little rubber grommet in the middle and another one there. So kind of look at it this way. The windshield's gonna sit in between. So you can have rubber on the outside, rubber on the inside. Again, it's going to help with that vibration. Again, it's not going to crack, so you don't got metal to the plastic right there. And then you got your little 8mm nut out here, and then a washer, and then the rest is just Phillips. Now you're going to want the nut facing inwards right there. Again, mainly just for cosmetics, but again, the biggest thing is make sure the windshield is in between the 2 rubber grommets in between there. Okay, oh, my fingers won't fit. All right, so I cannot get to that there. I mean, you might be better, have slimmer fingers to actually get to right down there, and then up there, it's kind of tight. So what I'm gonna do, actually, if we can get some focus, just trying to focus on my hand. You can see a little screw right there, and then if we go back here, there's another one right back there. And I'm just gonna loosen those 2 screws, maybe pop them all the way out. So then I'll just have a little bit more flex point. You see I loosened this one up a little bit. It's just, again, that mild amount of flex is gonna be so helpful to get to that little tight spot over there. Now that we got a little bit of flex in there, if we're, oh yeah, now I got a lot of room. I say a lot. We got more room to work with. Definitely not a lot of room, but I can just pull it out just a little bit. And by the way, I did not remove those screws up there. I just loosened them up. Easy, breezy, like a game of parcheesi. So definitely those 2 screws I showed you up there, that just loosen this up a little bit. Again, it gives you that little bit of flex point and makes it so much easier. I'm here sweating installing a stinking windshield. This thing should not be this hard. And honestly, the issue here is a stupid template. So if you buy one of these, take that template, chunk it, get rid of it. You don't need it. Just line your windshield up and see where it's gonna mount right there, where you want it, and mark your holes. Because that template made me mark mine a little too far forward here, and then again, it was so hard to get that in there. Now that we finally got our windshield nice and attached right there, we're gonna go ahead and put our caps over that plastic bit, which I'm sure they're gonna fall off after our first ride, especially off on a trail, but at least it gives it a little bit of a cleaner look. Oh, and don't forget, if you did like I did, make sure to go back down here and screw down those screws for a little fair and deal or whatever right up here, just to tighten that back down. Well, now that I am sweating way more than I should be for just installing a windshield, I went back and looked at the manual, and it actually told us to remove those screws completely to move that forward. That honestly would have helped out a whole lot right there. I just don't read instructions. Maybe I should start reading that, right? But anyways, still, I stick true to what I stated. Do not use that stinking template. Line it up how you want it, where you want it positioned, and just kind of mark your holes. Make sure it's nice and even, and you will know guaranteed, okay, that's where I put it. It's going to fit, because the template had this one scooched up a little bit hard right there, and that's what made the install so tough for me. So here we go. The windshield is installed, riding the same ride, going the same speed, 45 right now, and holy smokes, I can tell a massive, I'm talking massive difference. That wind is just off my chest. Now I still feel it on my arms. I definitely do still feel it on my arms over there. Again, we got a smaller bike, so it would have been kind of sweet if it kind of flared out a little bit. That would have been pretty nice, just to reduce a little bit that. But that initial impact right on your chest is gone. Now I know what some of you are asking, hey, is it directing that wind onto my helmet now? Am I getting that buffet on my helmet? Now you can see I'm using my Arai XT4, whatever it's called, and I got the bill on it, so this is a hard comparison right here, but I can tell you from my ride before, it's less. I'm getting less pull on my head than I had before. So let me see. It's directing it pretty much right at the bill, but again, the wind cuts through this helmet so nicely. Let me see if I raise it up. I mean, still not bad, but I can feel the pressure of the wind. Nothing, but I feel it right at my fingertips. So
bam, right here, right there is where it's hitting me, but it's not bouncing me around. It's coming across even. It's coming across right over here and up top. Now I'm going to cut off on this off-road trail. I want to see how the windshield performs off-road. Like, does it bounce around? And, you know, does it stay stable? Let's get over here. This is just a little tiny trail. Let's see how it's seeming pretty. Let me pop this visor up, man. It's fogging up on me. It's gonna get pretty sandy up here. Let's keep that momentum so we don't sink into it. All right, gotta keep that momentum so we don't sink into the sand. But yeah, the windshield's solid. I mean, it's not budging. Really nice. Now, I don't know if you guys can see in the camera as I'm riding. Let me tilt my camera down a hair and see if you guys can see it. So you see, now hopefully you can see the windshield a little bit more. That's our focus right now, right? Do you guys see the reflection? You see the red, white, and blue from the Honda logo, little emblem, the little sticker that was on the front? Yo, this sand is super deep right here. Okay, there we go. All right, sorry about that, trying to focus here. But anyways, if you guys can see that reflection, that's a little annoying. Nothing deal breaking by any means, just annoying, you know. So I don't know if they had the tinted one. I'm not sure if they do, but I probably would have preferred to go tinted, not dark, not black, because you still want to see that little bit of road in front of you, or trail, more importantly. Hence the reason I went with clear, and I should stop taking my hands off the bars while I'm in the sand talking. I talk with my hands a lot, if you guys haven't noticed, you know. With you all looking at the windshield with me right here, again, I'm right at 6 feet, and when I put my arm out, I got a slight angle down right here. So it's coming right directly at my chest here. But again, since it's got that slight tilt back, the wind's coming up at my helmet. But with me going 50 miles an hour right there, give or take, and then coming down the trail, it's not making my head bounce around a lot. I think if the windshield was wider, it would create that kind of cone coming in at you, and that's what's going to create that buffeting. A lot of windshields I test on the Africa Twin do that, you know. But with this being so small, it's kind of really just relieving that initial pressure off you while you're going at high speeds. And as we saw on the trail, nice and solid. If we fall down, let me see real quick here. Hold on. You know what? Let me turn this off and we'll try. Let me see if I set. Yeah, I don't want to just like throw it down, but let's. Oh, there she goes. Okay, so you can see if the bike's laying down, the windshield doesn't even touch it. Like on the Twin, some of the windshields are so big it comes like down here, like it's automatically going to go down. So I think if we, I mean, it's going to take a good bit to crack that windshield if you crash into the tree, because it's got so much flex, because it's just attached to that, again, little light fairing right there. So you have so much flex, those rubber gaskets and everything. It's going to take something serious to really break this windshield if you fall down. Well, son of a gun. Now I got to pick this dang thing up, right? All right, here we go. Hey, yo, this is like, oh, yo, cakewalk compared to the Twin, right? I lifted it the wrong way, where you just lift it forward, you know, but what a cakewalk compared to the Twin. I can do it with one finger. One side note that I want to reiterate on that I talked about before is the other benefits that come along with the windshield, other than just wind. Again, rain, or if you're off-road, pebbles coming right at you, hitting you in the chest or whatever, if you're sitting down from riders in front of you. Your phone, it protects your phone as well. Wherever you got your phone or a GPS mounted, it's going to give you that extra protection right there. Do not put your GoPro behind your windshield, because it's going to prevent that wind from cooling it down, and these GoPros overheat very easily. So again, just a tip that I've learned myself: you're going to corrupt footage. Don't put your GoPro behind it. But if you got your phone or GPS or something like that behind it, really nice extra protection for your devices as well.
All right, so back from our test ride with the Parabellum windshield on our 300L. And holy smokes, hands down, easy recommendation. This is a must. We're almost kind of like making this into the Rally 300L. You know, you're kind of missing a bigger tank, a little bit more of that wind blockage and stuff, you know. But that's pretty much what we just did right there. We gave it that Rally. This is honestly what I think it's missing, you know what I mean, is that wind blockage, just for such more comfortable ride. Me personally, again, I like getting on my bike and riding. I don't trailer it to places, as you guys know. I love riding it, and it's gonna create more of that comfort. I got more comfort things coming. I got my Seat Concepts ordered as well, you know. It's me, my mini Africa twin. But all in all, as far as the Parabellum windshield, a couple things we're gonna take from this here is, again, don't use that template. I don't know, maybe it was just me, but again, I'd say don't use the template, line it up your own way. Definitely loosen those up a little bit more, give you some easy install, but it's nothing hard by any means. It's very easy. Anybody's gonna be able to use it. You just need that drill and an 8mm and then a screwdriver and you're good to go. And again, I think it's really solid. Yeah, it's gonna get scratched up when you're off-road with branches and stuff, but you know, heck, whatever. It's not blocking your vision. It's really just protecting your devices and taking that ferocious wind right off your chest. This is something you absolutely need. So anyways, thank you so much for coming along for this adventure. I hope this was able to help you out. And if you get one, or if you used one, if you use a different one, let me know down in the comments. I want to hear from you guys, your thoughts on this. Again, if you got one and I want to hear your thoughts on it. Again, if I'm recommending something to you guys, I want to hear some feedback, your honest feedback right down below in the comments as well. So again, thank you so much for coming along for this one. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that like button if you liked it, and I hope to catch you in the next adventure. Bye now.